Hey everybody, back again with a video. Young Natty coming back at you. Tonight I'm rocking solo. Marcus is at work. He just took off, and so yep, it is just me with you guys tonight, and that's kind of good because I wanted to do a video of just reflecting on my 25th year of life on this lovely planet. So also my little partner in crime, Papa, let's see if I can make you see him. Hey boo, say hey guys. Hey Stinky. No, not feeling it. Blue's not really feeling it, but he's keeping me company. He is a amazing watchdog when Marcus is not home. So without further ado, I suppose I can get started. Ooh, I need glasses because like my head had been hurting. Just clean them real quick. But yeah, so 25 years of life I've been living on this planet, and it has been joyous. It has definitely been a learning experience for sure, and I've learned a lot of lessons along the way. I am one of those people that just insists on sometimes learning things the hard way because I am hard-headed. So a lot of my lessons were learned by trial and error. So, but I think 25 was like a blessing and a curse, because I was blessed to be here and God wasn't done with me, and he still ain't done with me because I'm still here. And I was living life every day, and you know, on my journey discovering myself. I think 25 I discovered a lot of patience. Well, I had to learn a lot of patience, and forgiveness is like the key word for my 25th year of being here. So my birthday is on next Saturday, so I'm probably gonna be too busy to do a kind of like a reflection video, which is why I'm doing it now. So yeah, 25 forgiveness has to be key, because my family kind of broke up and separated. My parents went through a divorce, and a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans went down that were very hard on me. I think they were much harder on me than I anticipated, but being the eldest sibling, I also had to step up to the plate and be strong for my other three siblings who also, I mean, we argued, we fought, and we bickered, and we cried together and came together, and you know, when we had to the most this year. So I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now without my siblings by my side. So if anybody knows me, they know that I'm so like overprotective of those three, because those are like my babies. Like you know, it's me and my sister are like this. Like we shared a bed, the same bed together until we were like 22 and 20. And that's like my best friend. And my brothers, like those are my little babies. Like I practically watched out for them and raised them almost by myself, because without my sister there, it was just us four. You know, when we have young parents, so they were doing young people stuff, and you know, unfortunately I was left to be the big sibling. So I love them so much, and I don't think they know that. But yes, forgiveness probably is my key word. Really, dude, is my key word for how I would describe being 25. I think the last half of being 25 was much better than the first half, because it was struggling. I was struggling at work so bad with everything going on. There was days I just did not want to get up. Yeah. This guy, we got him right after my 25th birthday last year. This is Marcus's service dog, so we got him last year. But he's one of the blessings. I love him. He's so cute. You're so cute. And my baby, my little son. My son. He has a fire litter coming later this year. So if you want an English bulldog, hit us up. But yeah, so trying to stay on topic. Marcus and I also had to grow and be strong together this year. Like this year tested our relationship for sure. And stuff that, a normal young guy wouldn't stick around for, he stuck around for me because he loved me so much, and he truly loves my family so much. And I think that this divorce, it like affected him just as much as it affected us, because he's got to try to be neutral through it all, but he's also been there to tell me when I'm wrong or I'm overdoing something or if I'm stepping out of my boundaries. But for the most part, he's been like my main support system through it all. So and then that has caused us to go through our own trials and tribulations within our own relationship. So it was just a hard year overall. It was a hard year, but we did have a lot of blessings. Like Marcus started working with me at the hospital, and he finally got his 90% rating through the VA, and he met Patrick, which is the guy that represented him when he was doing all his VA stuff. And I got to be like by his side through all of that and talking him through some big decisions that he had to make, and it just was a blessing that he trusted me enough to include me in those things and ask for my input and show me that he's trying to grow and build with me. So I think that 25 was a for sure growing year too. Like I've grown into myself so much, and there's just so much that I won't tolerate and so much that I won't allow myself to fall back into. I think the biggest thing that I've learned this year is to just be you, like be yourself. And if people don't mess with you, like if they don't rock with you, they don't rock with you, because at the end of the day, you gotta live with you, and you should be unapologetically you. And I'm unapologetically me. I curse. I like rap music and hip-hop music. I enjoy joking. I'm an ambivert. I love music. I love writing. I love art. I love books. I love binge watching like some of the best TV shows. One thing I did give up watching is reality TV. I haven't watched any reality TV this year, hardly, which I'm proud of, because I used to like be stuck on Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives and Bad Girls Club and stuff like that. But I think I'm just growing out of it, because don't get me wrong, it's still mildly entertaining, but instead of that, now I watch YouTube couples. I don't know why. I think it's more realistic because they're real, actual people that you can connect to and talk to. But I like more, I don't know. I like to get lost in my imagination. And some of these shows like that I watch are like, they're cool like that, I guess. So I don't know. I'm just stepping more into myself. I think that I rekindled my passion for writing and art. I took up painting, and I'm actually a bomb.com artist. I got some work to do, but with practice, everything makes perfect. So I'm proud that I pushed myself to like explore other limits, explore other areas of art, because at first I didn't think I was good enough to draw or anything, but I started painting. One of my favorite ones that I've done so far, I will show you, is this one. I painted that, and that was just inspired by me, like being myself and being unapologetically me. I love being mixed. I love it because I have like the best of everything. I'm Portuguese, Puerto Rican, Black, and Polish. So I'm literally a roll of quarters. I'm 4 things. So, and I love that about myself because nobody ever really knows exactly what I am. But then when I tell them, they're like, "Oh my gosh, like that's a really beautiful mixture. Like you're a beautiful person." And I think that's also one of the other things that I had to learn to do this year, is to really stop and see the beauty within myself. Not just on the surface, because I feel like I am a beautiful person. Like I'm not the baddest, but I'm a beautiful person on the outside. But I think that my soul is golden. And for the longest, like I was in a dark place where I thought I wasn't worth anything. And it was just like I was living in a hole, looking at the top, seeing a little circle of light, but there was no way out of the hole. So I don't know. I think one day, like, I also, yeah, okay. One day I decided, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I feel so unlike myself. Like, I'm not me. So I turned to God, honestly. Like, I started doing a daily devotional journal, and I started doing it, like, a little towards the end of last year, like in November. And I carried it on every day until about March. And I was praying every day and doing my journaling every day, talking to God in multiple different kinds of ways. And I just was feeding my soul and reconnecting with God and just doing some soul searching. And I think that I don't journal like I used to with, you know, the devotional thing every day, but I pray as often as I can. And when I feel like self-doubt or like I'm worried, I just have to remind myself, like, keep faith, have faith. It all works out. Like, God got you no matter what. Like, God sees you. He knows your heart. So you're fine. Just do right by people and do right by your family and do right by yourself, and everything else will work itself out. So that's been like my motto, and I think that also helped ease a lot of my depression and anxiety, because a lot of people don't know that I've always been somebody that like deals with stuff, and I don't let it show on the surface. And I've never had depression or anxiety ever growing up. But then 25, like, it hit me like a brick wall. Like, I was depressed, suicidal thoughts, like panic attacks, anxiety attacks. Like, it was to the point where I couldn't do my job. Like, I got sent home twice for just not being coherent enough to do my job, because I was so stressed out and so worried and just in such a dark place that I couldn't do my job. And that's when, around the same time, I got medication and started really praying to God to help guide me back to myself. But not just guide me back to myself, but guide me to being a better me, somebody greater than what I was before. And I feel like now I'm like halfway there. Oh my gosh, that scared me so bad. We have a timed air freshener and it literally just went off, and it's new, we just got today, and that just scared me so bad. But the next thing that I would like to accomplish being 26 is I want to have more fun. Now that I feel like I have me back, like I'm recognizing myself and even better parts of myself that I had never known about before, I want to start having fun with it. I want to start being the best I can be and just having fun and like spreading love and just loving people and healing people. I'm a healer by nature. Like, I'm not a nurturer, but I'm a healer. I won't hold your hand and like hug you and tell you, oh baby, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna tell you, I'm more of like the tough love type of person. Like, this what you gotta do, this is what's holding you back, do it. I'm here for advice. I'm here to tell you you can do it, but this what you gotta do, so do it. And I kind of had to learn how to do that for myself, because for a long time I was waiting for somebody to, you know, step up and be like, Natalie, what's wrong with you? You're not doing what you need to be. And I realized one day, like, I'm in charge of my happiness. I'm in charge of how much of myself I want to give to the world. And I can't depend on somebody else or God to tell me exactly how much of myself I should give or who I should be. I just need to be unapologetically me. So I think 26, that's my motto. Like, I'm gonna shoot for being unapologetically me. And I don't care what anyone has to say. Like, if you love me, you love me. If you dislike me, I accept that, and my heart is still open, because I don't have time. Life is so short. I do not have time to sit here and dwell on negativity. Like, people dwell on negativity and hold grudges, and it's okay to be angry. It's okay to have feelings, but at some point you have to decide, okay, either I'm gonna continue to feel this way and keep it pushing, or I'm gonna do something about it so I can progress in a positive manner. Because I feel like a lot of the times when people say I'm gonna just keep it moving, do it moving, keep it pushing, like, you're proceeding with a tad bit of negativity, and I just don't want the negativity at all in my life. Like, I want to love, I want to be loved, I want to share love, I want to trust, I want to I want just genuine positive good vibes. That's what I want for 26. So part of 26 is doing this YouTube. I used to be scared to like talk about myself and stuff because I really don't like people judging me. I am kind of sensitive about that, but people are gonna talk, right? They're gonna say what they want to say, and that's fine. At the end of the day, you gotta go to bed with yourself. You gotta lay down with yourself. So every night when I lay down with Natalie, I'm happy. I'm content with who I am, because I know I have a golden heart, and I know that I'm doing everything I possibly can do to be the best I can be every day. And the biggest thing that I realized is that you have to truly run your own race. You cannot be in competition with everybody else, because everybody else has a different path and they're living a different life and running their own race. So really, you're just in competition with yourself and time, because time waits for nobody. So if you are in your 20s, your early to mid 20s, even your late 20s, and you're reflecting, just go for it. Do the things that want to make you happy. Do the things that you know are going to make you happy. Do the things that you want to do. Do the things that you're afraid to do. Take risks, take chances, step out of your comfort zone. Like, for me, I was scared to take up my passion in writing because I didn't think it would make me a lot of money. And I always thought that I was supposed to have a job that made me rich or wealthy. But right now, to me, I do want to be comfortable financially, but I also want to do something that speaks to my soul. And when I write, it just feels like my soul is coming out on paper. So when something grabs you like that and lights you on fire inside, you go for it. So this year, I will be trying to finish publishing my first poetry book and short stories. It's gonna be poetry and short stories because I feel like I have a lot of stories that young women can relate to, and the way that I have them written is dope. Like, it's relatable, and it's the way that a young woman would think. So I have that I've been working on. I have a blog also. I have some poems on there. I need to actually start, posting on it more, because I don't. But that's in the works. I need to start consistently doing videos too, like by myself. I like doing them with Marcus, but the serious ones like this, I'm gonna start focusing more on. And yeah. So, and then, oh yeah, we're breeding dogs now too. We love our English bulldogs. So that's another thing. We both have a passion for dogs and animals, so we're doing that together as well. So this year, I think for myself and for my relationship and for my family now, it's just positive vibes. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't spoken to my dad in probably about 6 months. I'm very upset with him. I'm very hurt, and I want a genuine apology, but I feel like I can't wait on it, and I have to continue to live my life. I don't hate my dad, but I don't know, I'm just hurt. And same with my mom. It's just that she hasn't cut me as deep as, because it's different. Like, your father is your hero. My dad was my first hero, and I feel like he was the first man to break my heart ever. So I don't know if he realizes that, but I don't know. If he watches this, or any of my friends or family decide to watch this, maybe tell him, like, I love him. I pray for him every day. I do, because I want him to be, I want his spirit and his soul to be okay. And maybe one day, I don't know what it's gonna take, but maybe one day, we will start rebuilding our relationship. And I feel like, I don't know, me and my mom are kind of rebuilding ours now, because a lot of people think that it's perfect between me and her, and it's not. I can relate to her and understand her more, because she's a woman, and I'm a woman. I'm a young woman. So I don't know, being in an abusive relationship and being vulnerable emotionally, I just understand where she's coming from as a woman. So I don't know. I love my parents dearly. Like, I love them both, and it hurts me so bad that we're not all together anymore. That happened when I was 25. Like, this happened recently, and it's very hard. Like, I feel like it's changed our whole family dynamic. I know this video is supposed to be about me, but I just want to, like, share this real quick, because how often do we talk about divorce and how it affects families? I honestly feel like it hasn't just affected our immediate family, like my brothers and my sister and my mom. It affects, like, my cousins and my aunts and uncles and all of that, because they all it's just love. Like, if you knew my family, you would know that it's just love. Like, they may bicker and fight and argue, but it's always love. Like, we always came together for birthdays and family gatherings and holidays, and it's just really sad that now it can't be cordial, at least because my mom's been in this family since she was 15. She's 44 now, so that's over half her life. And, like, all my cousins, she's known them since they were babies, and they refer to her as their aunt still, and she loves them dearly, like she does. And she doesn't hate my dad. She loves him still. Like, I know she does, because he helped give her us, and I know he still loves her because she gave him us. And I know that he's probably in his feelings, because I think in a way he does still really love her. I don't think that he's over her at all. I think that he's just with this chick he's with now because he can't be by himself. But if he had a chance, I think he would fix it. At least try to be friends with my mom, so that we can still be a family in some way. It just doesn't feel like we're a family anymore. Like, I don't know. It's really hard. It's I didn't think I would take it as hard as I did. And then like from my other family, like my aunts and uncles, like I really dislike how they just they're upset with my mom for certain reasons, and they're accepting of what my dad's doing right now with this woman. I personally feel like my dad, when any parent separates from their family, they should devote their time to their children and trying to improve those relationships with their kids instead of going off and trying to satisfy their need for human connection. Like, you have 4 humans that you can connect to. I understand it's not the same, but what I want for both my parents is I want them to be happy, and I want them to work on themselves before they get into serious commitments with other people, because they did not love themselves, honestly. Like, I didn't see them have self-love for themselves while they were together. And I mean, my mom's like, I see her improving. Like, she's working out and she's going outside of her shell, and she's doing things I honestly never thought I would see her do. I didn't think she was capable of, because she was just depressed all the time. But she's lost a lot of weight too. I'm happy for her. I'm proud. I think my mom might be smaller than me now. But and then my dad, like, it's frustrating. I really thought that he was gonna do better this time around, and it's just disappointing. And I know my mom really tried, because I told her, like, if you don't try, I'm gonna be upset with you. And she did. She did it for me, and she did it for my siblings, because we told her, like, give dad one more chance. And she did. And I know what it's like to keep asking somebody to do something different for you if they love you and care about you, and they won't do it. It makes you feel so isolated and alone and unloved. And I know that because my dad, like, we used to beg him to stop doing the things he was doing, and he just wouldn't. He would lie and say he was going to stop, and he just wouldn't. And it's just hurtful. Like, because I love my dad to death. Like, when nobody was there for him, it was always me. And last year, or year before, when he was doing his thing, I was like, I picked him up from his program. I took time away from work and used PTO to make sure I was there for meetings and stuff. And then the time before that, I was the only one that wrote to him. Like, I just don't feel like he appreciates me, and made sure my siblings were okay and stuff like that. Like, moving into this house we live in now with my siblings, like, I did that for them, not for myself, not for my mom. I did it for them so they wouldn't have to be, somewhere they didn't need to be, that they didn't feel comfortable. And, like, I could look out for them, make sure they were okay, because this whole process had just started. So I just felt like it was my job to look over them as a big sister. And then my fiance, like, Marcus, God bless his heart, like, he put the money up for this to happen, because he could have went and got his own place. He could have got us a place somewhere else, but he supported me, and he felt it was right too. And I just can't be more thankful for him being in my life. And I know this video is 30 minutes long now, but I just had a lot on my mind, and I just wanted to speak on it, because I have so much love in my heart, and I feel like people don't see that. They just judge me because I look unapproachable, and very, like, to myself. But, like, those that I love, I truly love. Like, I'm loyal to a fault. I hate when people talk about my mom, and I hate when people talk about my dad, because to me, if you don't like them, you don't like me. If you talking about them, you're talking about me, because I'm a whole person, but I'm half of both of them, so I'm both of them in like this dope form. So all I can be is me, and if you don't like it, sorry. If you're disrespecting my mom, you're going to hear me. If you're disrespecting my dad, you're going to hear me. Regardless of what he thinks. I've checked so many people between last year and now, regarding people saying stuff about him. And even recently, since I haven't been speaking to him, like, people have come to me saying stuff, and I'll check them. Like, I don't like that, because at the end of the day, like, I'm black and Portuguese because of him. I grew up with my dad. 27